What it do, what it do, what it do. Welcome to the T True Podcast with your boy Justin J. Will, whatever you want to call me. Hope everybody's doing well on this Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening. Whenever you may be listening to this, whatever day you may be listening to this. I appreciate you for dropping in, checking in on your boy. Because you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. So I appreciate it, man. So I'm alive, I'm breathing. Nothing else really left to be said there. Had a decent weekend, I guess, man. Hope you guys had a good weekend. All charged, all pumped up, all re-energized. Ready for the work week, ready for the rest week, vacation week. Whatever you may be doing, man. Getting the kids ready to go back to school. Shout out to all the kids who gonna get ready to go back to school, man. You know what I'm saying? Man, seems like summer just flew on by, man. Seems like it just flew on by. Seems like this year is just flying on by. I don't know about y'all, man, but it just seems like we was just celebrating New Year and just celebrating the end of winter and then hot ass summer. And, I mean, I guess it's still summer, but it just seems like things are going super damn fast. I don't know about y'all, how y'all feel about it, but that's how I feel about it. So anyway, man, on today's show, don't got too much to talk about, man. You know, just got a few topics I want to get into. I want to get into this Kelvin Benjamin situation. Kelvin Benjamin out here talking down on Cam Newton. So I'll get into that. I'll get into Terrell Owens, my boy T.O. He had his Hall of Fame induction at UT Chat by himself. He obviously, as you guys know, he didn't attend the ceremony in Canton. So I'll get into his speech and that whole situation. But man, screw all that. All right, I'm coming in hot. All right, man, I'm coming in hot on something, man. I'm coming in hot, blazing. You know what I'm saying? Blazing. All right, man. So you got Jalen Hurts here, man. If you've been listening to the podcast for a while, you guys know how I feel about Jalen Hurts. When it comes to trash QBs, man, I refer to them as trash cans. So guys like Blake Bortles, guys like Nate Peterman, guys like Jalen Hurts, these are trash QBs, man. These are trash cans. So Jalen Hurts, he feeling a little man, what's the word, man? He just doesn't really like how things are playing out, man. With the coaches or whatnot. Let me let y'all hear what he got to say real fast. Let's get into this.
Kind of clarify your position.
Well, I think, like I said, they didn't want me to talk for whatever reason. I get the opportunity to speak now, and I mean, I've always tried to handle situations like this and handle speaking the best way that I can, because in the day, I'm representing myself and I'm representing my family back home.
What was with the use of social media, though? I mean, you could have, in some ways, did that. Was that also kind of explicitly told to you that maybe you shouldn't post something on social media to kind of answer, I guess, some of these questions?
Well, I think it's something that you just, I mean, this is a situation that is uncontrollable. Coaches can't control this situation. They'll dictate who plays, but as far as other variations to it, they don't control it, honestly. And like I said, this whole spring, ever since the game, they kind of wanted to let it play out. They kind of, I guess, didn't think it was a thing or tried to let it die down like it wasn't something there, because there's always been an elephant in the room. And it was like, for me, no one came up to me the whole spring, coaches included. No one asked me how I felt. No one asked me what was on my mind. No one asked me, how I felt about the things that were going on. Nobody asked me what my future inhaled, and that's that. So now it's like when we try and kind of handle the situation now, for me, it's kind of late. It's too late. The narrative has already been created.
Was that a problem that you didn't get that kind of response, or even that inquiries from your coaches or anybody on the team? Is that an issue for you?
I think as a player, you definitely want to feel some concern from your coaches, I guess, but I don't necessarily think they were not concerned, because they're definitely concerned. I just don't think that they were maybe bold enough to ask. Like it was I know it's there, but I don't want to talk about it. And I definitely think it was something that should have been talked about a long time ago instead of being talked about when it's.
All right, enough of that crap, man. So, first of all, let me say this right here. If it is true that the coaches didn't communicate with him, if they haven't been talking about the quarterback situation or whatnot, then that's wrong in my opinion. But I find that hard to believe. Now, I mean, one could say, okay, well, why would he get in front of the cameras and blatantly lie like that? Basically calling out Nick Saban by making these comments. Not only Nick Saban, but Nick Saban and the coaching staff. So, I don't know. You can pick your size on that one or whatnot. But if it is true, then I think they could handle it better then. But regardless, Jalen Hurts sucks, and I think that they should put in Tua. Let's see here. I got his name written down here. Cause see, I always just try to avoid saying his last name. I just say Tua. Tua Tagovailoa. Okay, Tua Tagovailoa. They should definitely put in Tua Tagovailoa because he is not a trash can. And to me, anything that is not a trash can is better than Jalen Hurts. I know it sucks. It sucks, man. It sucks to know that you suck, man. You know, the truth hurts. The truth hurts. Like, dude, you are not that special. You are not that good, man. You're not. You're not. You went, what is this? 3 of 8 for 21 yards in the championship game against Georgia. Now, me as a Georgia fan, I was loving it. I hated to see Tua come in. I hated to see him come in and perform the way that he performed. I really wish Jalen Hurts. Matter of fact, shoot, a part of me wishes that they start him. Shoot, we get back to the championship game and he's a starter. Shoot, we in there. But yeah, Jalen Hurts sucks, man. Jalen Hurts is not good at all. I mean, you saw it in the championship game. Like that was pretty horrific. That was pretty damn horrific right there, man. And I mean, even outside the championship game, I mean, let's look at his stats for the season. What, 154 for 255. What, 2,081 yards, 17 touchdowns, 1 interceptions. Man. Yeah, I get it. That's a good touchdown to interception ratio, but I mean, bruh, 154 completions out of 255 attempts, 2,000 yards. That's it. 2,000 yards, bruh. That's it. Come on, bruh. Nah, fam. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. It does not work like that. And I understand that Alabama, we know what Alabama's going to do. We know that Alabama's going to run the ball. We know they're going to play defense. That's Saban ball right there. But, dog, you ain't got the sauce, man. You ain't got the sauce. Okay? You don't got the drip, as the kids say. Well, I guess he do now that he done took them dreads out. But you ain't got the drip for real, bro. Going 3 of 8 for 21 yards, man. Look, man, let me tell y'all something. This is who I would rather have than Jalen Hurts as my quarterback, man. You guys know who Bucky Lagrange is? Oh, for y'all who don't know who Bucky Lagrange is, man, let me show you. Listen to this, man. Listen to this.
Poor Meg. She got a worse deal than that no-armed baseball player Bucky Lagrange.
Ground ball to shortstop. The throw is to second. And again, the ball sails past Lagrange into right field. The runners will score, and a cascade of boos rain down from the stands as clearly the fans' sympathy for this scrappy little no-arm man has run out. Now, granted, the throw was a little wide, but you got to believe that a two-arm player would have made the catch. In fact, a one-arm player would have at least had a shot at it, which calls to mind the question once again, why, with all the two-armed youngsters waiting in the minor leagues, does this team stick with an armless second baseman?
And he hasn't had a hit in ever.
In ever, Jerry. In ever.
Yeah. Make some noise for the guy QB, man, Bucky Lagrange, the GOAT. Okay? Yeah, that's who I would rather have than Jalen Hurts. Okay, Bucky Lagrange. He don't even play football. Okay, he doesn't even exist. But I would take him over Jalen Hurts in a millisecond. Okay, so man. Jalen Hurts knows what's going on, man. He knows what's going on. He's not stupid. He's not dumb. He knows the inevitable. I'm pretty sure he's known about this since the championship game. I mean, he knows how bad he played. It's just like, what did they say? Like when somebody gets fired, or if somebody gets fired 9 times out of 10, they kind of already knew what was coming down the pipe. They kind of already had a feeling. It's just like, remember back in school, when you know you didn't study for a test, or when you know you didn't study well, or you know you didn't do good on the test, you kind of just had that gut feeling, like you knew you did bad. Now, sometimes you actually did good, but a lot of the times your gut instinct is right. And if you know how well you prepared, if you know you didn't prepare well, then 9 times out of 10, you probably didn't do well. So you already knew. So Jalen Hurts already knows what's going on here. And look, man, I'm unapologetic about rooting for the black quarterback. Hey, my hat's off to you. Do your thing. But man, look here. You're going to have to do your thing at Grambling. Okay? You're going to have to do your thing at Southern. You're going to have to transfer. You're going to have to go to Texas Southern or something. Because you ain't doing it at Alabama this year, boy. That's Tua's job. That's his job to lose. He looks so much better. Seriously, man. It's just like, it's like, you know how when you have a bridge, okay, when you have like an older bridge and then they build a new bridge and then you go across the new bridge, you're like, damn, how did we ever get across the old bridge? Like it looks so old and so broken down. When you're looking at it from the new bridge, that's the way people were looking at Jalen Hurts. Like, damn, how in the hell did we ever win games with this guy? How in the blue hell? When they looked at Tua coming to the game against Georgia, compared to what Jalen Hurts was doing, which he was just out there just laying an egg, laying just a big old fat piece of crap out on the field. I'm like, damn, how in the hell did we ever win games with Jalen Hurts? So, man, I understand his frustration, but, dude, you're just not it, man. You're not it. Sad to say, sorry to say, hey, man, it is what it is. He's just going to have to accept that. I mean, I'm not saying don't stop competing. He should compete, and he should keep doing what he's doing. He should keep competing. Let me put it like that, man. Never give up, never get in, regardless of what people like me say. You know what I'm saying? You always keep going, keep giving it your best. But in this situation, I think Jalen Hurts, he's already lost. The coaching staff kind of already told him what's going on or what their decision was when they replaced him in the championship game, which was a very bold move, right? I mean, Jalen Hurts, he played all those games during the season. He's a starting quarterback. I mean, he was a starting quarterback when you went to the championship against Clemson last year, the previous year, whatnot. I mean, that's a bold-ass move. But I guess in this situation, hey, desperate times call for desperate measures. So the gamble paid off, much to my chagrin. Still can't believe we lost that damn game, man. Damn. Shoot. All right, I'm through talking about it, man. So, anyway, continuing on. Let's get into this Kelvin Benjamin story, man. So, Kelvin Benjamin, wide receiver for the Buffalo Bills up there in Buffalo. Former wide receiver for the Carolina Panthers. He has some words to say about your boy Cam Newton. He says here, if you would have put me with any other quarterback, let's be real, you know what I'm saying? Any other accurate quarterback like Aaron Rodgers or Eli Manning or Big Ben Roethlisberger, anybody, quarterbacks with knowledge that know how to place a ball and give you a better chance to catch the ball. It just felt like I wasn't in that position. So, whoa. Kelvin Benjamin out here taking shots. You know what I'm saying? Talking down on Cam Newton, quarterback for the Carolina Panthers. Now, obviously, he didn't say it. He didn't call Cam Newton out by name, but we know who he's talking about. We know who he's taking a jab at. So Cam Newton responded, basically just saying, he put a video up on Instagram saying, hey, not going to respond to him. Hey, I'm just going to keep working, and that's that. So Kelvin Benjamin, man, first of all, I think that this came out in frustration. Kelvin Benjamin was a part of that 2014 NFL draft, that wide receiver class of the 2014 NFL draft, which hosted a lot of great wide receivers, produced a lot of good wide receivers, man. You got Sammy Watkins, you got Mike Evans, Odell Beckham, who was it? Brandon Cooks. I mean, Kelvin Benjamin, obviously. I mean, he was a pretty good prospect at Florida State and coming out of Florida State. You had him, Marquise Lee, Jordan Matthews, Paul Richardson, Devontae Adams, Allen Robinson, Jarvis Landry. I mean, the list goes on. Dante Moncrief, John Brown, even a guy like Bruce Ellington, even though he's not a dynamic receiver like, you know, Mike Evans or anybody like that, but he's a pretty decent, depth player for Houston. I mean, just a great wide receiver draft, man. I mean, very, very good wide receiver talent in that draft. Martavis Bryant and even the undrafted Allen Hurns. We see how that turned out. So I think that he's voicing his frustration. I mean, he's battled some injuries. He's been injured a lot in his career. So I mean, he's missed a lot of games. Period. So I mean, he really hasn't been around that much to catch the inaccurate passes, to be honest. So I understand the frustration, man, because you look at his draft class, a lot of these guys have gotten paid. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Mike Evans, 5 years, $82.5 million, $55 million guaranteed. Brandon Cooks just got paid 5 years, $80 million, $20 million guaranteed. Devontae Adams just got paid 4 years, $58 million, $24 million guaranteed. Sammy Watkins just got paid 3 years, $48 million, $30 million guaranteed. Allen Robinson just got paid 3 years, $42 million, $25 million guaranteed. Paul Richardson got paid 5 years, $40 million, $12.5 guaranteed. Jarvis Landry also got paid 5 years, $75.5 million, $47 million guaranteed. So he's seeing these guys get these contracts. And I mean, all these guys I just named came out of his draft class. They came out of his draft class. So Kelvin Benjamin hasn't gotten that contract yet. I don't know how much he's getting paid. He's not getting paid as much as like a Devontae Adams or a Sammy Watkins or nobody like that, for sure, up there in Buffalo. So I'm pretty sure he sees that and he's like, damn, man, who can I blame today? Who can I blame on that? It sure wasn't me. It wasn't me. So he's like, you know what? Let me blame Cam. Now, is Cam Newton the most accurate quarterback ever? Nah. But he's not the worst quarterback ever. I mean, the guy does have an MVP, a Super Bowl appearance. I mean, you can do worse than Cam Newton. Trust me. You can definitely do worse than Cam Newton. Just like you can do better than Kelvin Benjamin. Now, Shannon Sharp straight dropped some hot fire on Kelvin Benjamin on Undisputed, man. Talked about how he came into the league, whatnot, at 280. Which, that was a major concern. That was a concern coming out. I remember reading the draft articles about him. I mean, some people thought he was going to end up switching to tight end because he was kind of heavy. So, I mean, Shannon Sharp laid into him, man. I literally saw Kelvin Benjamin's soul flying, and Shannon Sharp talking about Kelvin Benjamin on Undisputed. I mean, his soul was flying, man. But, yeah, man, it's a frustration. Just frustration, man. And, I mean, does he really feel like this? I don't know. I mean, I can't get into the guy's heart and tell you how he really feels. But he sees all those wide receivers getting paid, and he's not getting paid. Now, part of it is injury. Like, he hasn't been on the field. He hasn't been healthy. I mean, the Carolina Panthers, when he was injured for the season, they went to the Super Bowl without him. So that says something. I mean, unless Kelvin Benjamin just really lights it up this year, which I doubt he does. I seriously doubt he does that. If for no other reason than the quarterback situation up there. I mean, who they gonna throw out there, man? AJ McCarron. I like AJ McCarron. I actually think he can play. But is he going to make Kelvin Benjamin top 5 wide receiver this year? I don't think that's gonna happen. It definitely ain't finna happen with Nate Peterman. It sure as hell ain't finna happen with Josh Allen. Oh, hell no. That ain't gonna happen this year. Ain't gonna happen ever. Yeah, but I just had to take a shot at Josh Allen. But yeah, it's not gonna happen. And then they brought in Corey Coleman from the Browns. Corey Coleman has something to prove. So he's going to have a chip on his shoulder. So that'll be taking away targets from Kelvin Benjamin. And then, oh yeah, the guy's been injured like hell. So he has that not going for him, I guess. He has that going against him. So unless he just really produces this year, I don't know. Do we ever see Kelvin Benjamin getting a Mike Evans contract, 5 years, $82.5 million, $55 million guaranteed? I don't think so. I mean, he's only eclipsed 1,000 yards in one season, and that was his first season ever in the NFL. That was it. He hasn't eclipsed 1,000 yards since then. So I don't know, man. What talking down on Cam Newton doesn't do you any good. Saying that, oh yeah, man, I could have, if I would have been with another quarterback, I could have produced better. Well, for one, you wouldn't even been out on the damn field because you've been injured so damn much. So what you talking about? So you wouldn't even be able to catch the more accurate balls because you've been injured all the damn time. But that's how it is in life, right? We always need somebody to blame. It's always somebody else's fault. It's never our fault, right? It's never your fault. We just need somebody to blame. Somebody to point the finger at. And so in this case, it's Kelvin Benjamin. I mean, it's Cam Newton. Kelvin Benjamin is pointing at Cam Newton. And we know Cam Newton can be Scam Newton. As my boy Colin Cowherd likes to call him. But he's just talking down on him like he just ain't nothing. Which I think is totally unfair to Cam. But yeah, man, I honestly believe Kelvin Benjamin just sees all these guys getting paid out of his draft, and he feels left out because he was a first-round pick. Oh, yeah, and I forgot about Odell. Like, Odell's about to get paid. Odell's probably going to get paid more than all these guys. And no telling what he finna get. So, he's not included in that number. Kelvin Benjamin, that is. He's not included in that number. He's not included in the group. He feels some type of way. So, I don't know, man. Somebody tell Kelvin Benjamin, man, just stop hating, grind. Do what you can. Do what you can do. Hey, man, it's nobody else's fault but yours. Nobody else's fault but yours. So, moving right along to the last topic. Let's get into T.O.
There's been a lot of speculation and false reports as to why I chose not to be there. I would like to set the record straight. It's not because how many times it took for me to be voted into the Hall. It's about the mere fact that the sports writers are not in alignment with the mission and core values of the Hall of Fame. I wanted to take a stand so the next guy coming after me will not have to go through what I and others have gone through. Whether it's 3 years or 45 years, you should get what you rightfully earned.
You tell him, T.O. Yeah. You should get what you rightfully earned. The real talk, man. So that was a little snippet from Terrell Owens' Hall of Fame speech at his alma mater, UT Chat, or University of Tennessee at Chattanooga. He decided not to go to the Hall of Fame ceremony in Canton, Ohio. So he had his own at his alma mater. Got his jacket sent there, all that good stuff. So Terrell Owens, man, I mean, we already know what's going on with him. We know that he is, first of all, congratulations to him. Well-deserved. Should have gotten in on the first time, if you ask me. Definitely should have got in on the second time. And I'm glad that they didn't further embarrass themselves or further try to embarrass T.O. by making him wait another year, because the man deserves it. I mean, we know his numbers. No need to repeat them or whatnot. But we know Terrell Owens and his personality and how he is. He holds grudges. Okay? He is the type of guy, hey, if you doubted him, if in kindergarten he remembered you saying something about him and how he was going to grow up to be nothing, he's going to remember that 30-some years later. That's just the type of guy he is. And I'm not saying that's right or wrong. I'm just pointing it out. So he took the opportunity at his Hall of Fame speech to address the Hall of Fame, specifically the writers, I guess. I think his problem was more with the voters, not necessarily the Hall of Fame itself, but the people who vote you into the Hall of Fame, which I've always had a problem with it. I don't like the fact that they had a bunch of writers voting on who gets into the Hall of Fame. I just don't like that. I don't like this. I don't like that. I just don't. I mean, I know it's one of those things where, yeah, you know, it's always been like this. But that's not an excuse, I don't think. I think they need to revisit that. They need to seriously look at that. Because you have these writers, man, who have agendas because somebody said something to them or didn't give them the sound bite that they wanted. So this is how they seek revenge out on these players, which is so unfair. So unfair. You should not let personal feelings get in the way of this, of your voting. And I think that's what happened with T.O. A lot of them guys just flat out didn't like Terrell Owens. I just flat out don't like him. Now, we can get deep into why they don't like him. You know, I mean, I always felt like, you know, the thing you see with a lot of famous black athletes that talk a lot. I mean, like Barry Bonds, Terrell Owens, Floyd Mayweather. And they don't really like them type of guys, man. You know, I don't really like them outspoken black guys. That's just me. That's just the way I look at it. Okay. They didn't like T.O., man. They don't like him. They don't like the fact that he talks so much. They want to talk about him and how he treated his teammates or how he broke apart locker rooms and stuff like that. I mean, first of all, I think some of that stuff is overblown. And even then, man, the guy is a top 3 wide receiver, man. The only wide receivers that you can say are better than Terrell Owens, Jerry Rice and Randy Moss, maybe. Maybe. Okay? He's in that conversation. He's top 3. No doubt about it. You cannot discredit what he has accomplished on the field. And in his Hall of Fame speech, I mean, he makes that apparent. Like, man, these guys have tried to discredit what I've done on the field by saying, yeah, his attitude. I didn't like his attitude. I didn't like the fact that he called out his coaches or called out his teammates. Who cares? The guy went on the field and produced. That's all that matters. You can't try to change the narrative now. I mean, for goodness sakes, Marvin Harrison was under investigation for a murder. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Like, seriously. I remember Nick Wright came onto Colin Cowherd's show, and he made a comparison between Brett Favre and Terrell Owens that was so accurate. He basically was saying they basically had the same career. And somehow, some way, Brett Favre gets more love on one-to-one than Terrell Owens. I mean, remember Brett Favre was going through all this stuff, man, basically holding his teams hostage. Oh, am I going to training camp? Am I not going to training camp? Oh, I don't know. Maybe I'll go to training camp if I feel like it. Just a media circus. A straight media circus. Remember the Sexton? Texting inappropriate pictures to one of the reporters when he was with New York. With the New York Jets. Oh, yeah, y'all forgot about that? Oh, y'all didn't know about that? Yeah, of course. Because they want you to sweep it under the rug. Because everybody loves Brett Favre. Brett Favre, yeah, we can go hunting with Brett Favre. Yeah, you can go hunting with him and have a beer and drive big trucks with Brett Favre. So, I mean, I'm glad Terrell Owens got into the Hall of Fame. I don't think that, I mean, he better than me, I guess, because I would have went to the Hall of Fame and I probably would have, you know what I'm saying, showed my tail. That's just me, you know what I'm saying, especially knowing that they don't like me. Oh, yeah, I'm here. Yeah, you didn't have a choice. I'm in your face. I'm about to let you know about it. I ain't finna let you know from a distance. I'm gonna tell you to your face that you wrong for that. That's what I would have did if I was T.O. Like, have some fun with it. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you probably still hurt. You probably still feel a certain type of way, but you can turn that energy into something positive. Like, you can stun on them. Like, yeah, go jack them, and you know what I'm saying? I got my statue and all that crap. Yeah, what y'all gonna say now? So that's what I would have done. I don't know about y'all, but like I said, that's just me. So another layer to this, you got Randy Moss, who got in on the first time. Now, to me, and I mean, Randy Moss is well deserved. His first ballot entry, well deserved. I'm not gonna say that he doesn't deserve it at all, but I don't see how they held Terrell Owens out for so long, and then decided to throw Randy Moss in on the first time. You know what I'm saying? Because to me, I feel like the stuff that Randy Moss pulled during his career was a little more. What he did was kind of more of a spit in the face to the game than what Terrell Owens did. I mean, you look at Randy Moss. Randy Moss said it. Hey, I play when I want to play. Has Terrell Owens ever said anything about that? Has anybody ever questioned Terrell Owens' work ethic? Has anybody ever questioned it? I don't think anybody has ever questioned Terrell Owens' work ethic. He's gonna go out there. I mean, for goodness sake, the guy played on what, like a broken leg or something when he was with Philly. Doctors were saying, man, there's no way in hell he can play. and he played. And people called him selfish. Like, you just can't win. I mean, if I play on a bum leg like that, and people call me selfish for wanting to come out and play in the Super Bowl to try and help my team win, I mean, seriously? Is that not agenda? Is that not just hatred? If Tom Brady had did something like that, or Peyton Manning, somebody like that, oh, he's putting it all on the line. Oh, he's a great teammate. Putting it all on the line, man. That guy Brady playing on that broken leg, playing on that broken ankle. Oh, look at that guy. Look at him on his crutches on the sideline. Oh, my God. He's such a great player. Oh my God, Tom Brady. Oh, my God, Peyton Manning. Look at him. T.O. does it. Oh, he's selfish. Like, come on, man. But, yeah, man. I mean, Randy Moss, he said, hey, I play when I want to play. Taking plays off. I mean, the whole thing in New England didn't end well. I don't know if Randy Moss necessarily had a stop that ended well. You know, the thing in Oakland, what happened in Oakland? I mean, he was pretty much non-existent in Oakland. I mean, one thing about T.O. that you can say, man, T.O. pretty much produced everywhere he went. He produced with San Francisco. He produced with Dallas. He produced with Philadelphia. He even produced with Cincinnati and Buffalo. Probably more Cincinnati than Buffalo, if my memory serves me correctly. And that's toward the end of his career. So that's one thing you can't take away from Terrell Owens. But I do honestly feel like they kind of, I don't know, man. Maybe they, and this is just conspiracy theories, Justin speaking here. Maybe they put Randy Moss in the Hall of Fame just to get at T.O. Like, you know what? We just going to troll him, basically. We're going to troll Terrell Owens by throwing Randy Moss in the Hall of Fame in his first year. Even though we know what came with Randy Moss. We know how immature he was at sometimes. We know that he was taking plays off. Like, I remember that play. I think he was he with New England? And he just stopped running. He just stopped running on the deep ball. And the ball just kind of just fell right in front of him. I ain't never seen T.O. do nothing like that. Not saying he never did it, but I ain't never seen it. I've never seen the play. So you I just feel like the things that Randy Moss did, the few stunts that he pulled, was more of a spit in the face to the game than whatever else Terrell Owens did. Whatever Terrell Owens did, in my opinion. That's just me. So, I'm glad Terrell Owens got in, man. Hey, I hope he shows up next year. I think that he will. But who knows, man. Terrell Owens, like I said, he cares about him. Okay? He is all about him. And it is what it is. So, we'll just see what happens with that, man. But congratulations to T.O. Congratulations to everybody that got to the Hall of Fame, I guess, man. That's a great accomplishment. I mean, you'll forever be known as one of the greatest NFL players ever. That's a hell of an accomplishment right there. I mean, you think about the NFL players and how short of a leash they have and how they can get cut at any time, basically. So, I mean, if you're around more than 4 years, call yourself, if you're able to get to a second contract, I mean, call yourself lucky or call yourself blessed. I'm not going to say lucky. You are blessed. If you can make it to that second contract, you are blessed, man. If you can make it to a second, third, fourth, fifth contract, you are definitely blessed. If you can make it to those contracts and rack up all sorts of accomplishments, Pro Bowls, Super Bowls, and you are triple blessed. So for these guys to play as long as they did and accomplish what they accomplished, man, and go down in history like that, that's amazing. And I'm so glad T.O. got in because he really deserved it. He really deserved it, man. If you guys have never watched T.O. before, man, go look up a highlight reel of T.O. T.O. was awesome. Just amazing. I mean, he didn't get all them damn yards for nothing. Okay, he didn't get all of them by mistake. Regardless of how selfish they said he was. Regardless of how much of a diva they said he was. The guy produced. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. And these writers, I really think they need to revisit the voting process. Or the panel, at least. I just find that weird, man. Am I the only one that just finds that kind of weird? Like, you guys didn't play football. Like, how are you going to tell me? How in the hell are you going to tell me how good I was? Like, really? Just a bunch of journalists? Not saying that what they do isn't important or whatnot, but, I mean, come on. I would rather be voted on or voted into the hall by my peers. The guys who have actually been through it, been through practice, been through injuries, been through a hard game, getting hit, having to make tough plays, having to be away from their families. Like, how in the hell are you going to judge me and tell me that I'm not good enough to get into the Hall of Fame? That's just, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm looking at it the wrong way. I understand that's the way it's been. That's how it's been for the longest, I guess. But I really think they need to go back and revisit that, man, because what they did to T.O. was a travesty. He should not have had to wait that long. And then spit in his face basically by putting Randy Moss in, a guy who spit in the face of the NFL, basically. Spit in the face of the game when he said, yeah, I play when I want to play. So, anyway, man, that's all I got for you today. Hope you enjoyed. Drop a comment, download, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Follow all the handles, social media handles in the description. And I will talk to you guys on Friday. Be safe out there. Like I said at the beginning of the show, man, hey, you got kids going into school, take care of them, prep them, give them a nice little prep talk, man. And, hey, they got my best wishes on the school year. Hope everything goes well. And I will talk to you guys on Friday. Peace.